Welcome to Beacon House International College podcast, where we explore the frontiers of technology and innovation. I am Dr. Pervaiz, Head of Computer Science and Software Engineering School at BIC. And today we are excited to dive into our transnational degree programs offered in collaboration with the University of Essex. Joining us are two distinguished academic leaders from the University of Essex, Dr. Joseph Bailey, who leads the MSc Applied Data Science degree program at Essex, and Dr. Harris Pervaiz, who heads the BIC Artificial Intelligence program. Together, we will uncover the academic excellence and opportunities these programs offer to students as they begin their journey with BIC and pursue world-class academic degree programs. Let's get started. Dr. Harris, let's begin with the BSc AI degree program. As the academic leader, can you share what makes this program curriculum and teaching approach stand out for the students?
Okay, thank you for having me on the podcast. So, in Essex, we are a student-led university and we are a campus-based university where most of our students are on campus. So that's why, the curriculum is designed from the research carried out by our academic staff for the last few years. So whatever they have done in research, we try to bring it on in the curriculum because we want to train the next generation AI leaders who have up-to-date knowledge of AI and how they can use AI to improve their own life and the life of the society and how they can have an impact on the community issues in the society.
Dr. Joe, for the MS ADS, what are the academic highlights that attract students, especially those from the diverse background?
That's a very good question. Thank you for having me on the podcast as well. When we designed the program, one of the things we really focused on was to make sure that the content of the MSc is appealing and approachable for students from any background. So we really want students who perhaps haven't seen data science before to give them a chance to come together, to work together, to really get the basics of the data science skills they'll need for their future careers, but also to understand why other people with different backgrounds might want to develop their data science skills. So it really gives our students the opportunity to mix together, to understand how other people are going to use similar skills in different places, in different ways and in different careers. And so certainly all the modules we designed were with that in mind.
That's great. My second question is continuation of this question that the ADS degree program that tackles the real world challenges through data. How does the curriculum incorporate interdisciplinary themes like data ethics, machine learning, or statistical modeling?
Yes, so again, it's a very important part of the degree program is to make sure that we have examples of data sets, of places where data scientists will be using their skills, but from a broad range of different areas, different focuses. So we built this in inherently in the types of data that students will be coming across. So there'll be data sets from the world of finance, there'll be data sets from the world of healthcare, and there'll be data sets from the world of biology. And this was driven a lot by the types of interest that the researchers have, that the lecturers have, because we like the lecturers and the researchers to bring in their expertise.
That's great. Let's link this to the AI degree program. How do you integrate topics like AI ethics, neural networks, or societal applications into the coursework?
Okay, so when any student is doing a bachelor in AI degree program, so it's across 3 years, and every year we have a group project where student can pick up the project topic and they can work on it. So these project topic could be related to the role of AI, and sometime in those topics they also need to look at the ethics. Whenever we want to deal with any data set, for example, if the data set is relevant to the healthcare patient, so we need to be very careful. We are not leaking the information about the patient. So that was very important for the student to get them familiar with ethics kind of process they need to follow. And if they need to carry out interviews or surveys with anyone, we ask them to fill out the ethical approval forms. It goes through a dedicated team, and then once it's approved, then they are allowed to carry out the surveys and these kind of things. So following this process, the student will get the required knowledge, how they can look at the ethical side of AI. Your second part of the question was about neural network, which is more about the application of AI or machine learning. So in the past, our undergraduate students have looked at using neural networks for detecting these cancer, skin cancer especially, and they've also worked with some of the check for cancer company. One of our colleagues from AI department, he have a lot of students every year working on these topics, and in the end they're also publishing some research which are published in good conference and journal venues, these kind of things. And also I think we are training our students to learn the theoretical aspects of AI, but we also want to train our students to know how to use AI or how to implement AI mechanisms or machine learning mechanism, because there's a very close connection between machine learning and AI. So we all want our students to know how to use machine learning and AI, but how to apply it to solve a real-time problem as well.
Dr. Harris, as we are talking about the undergraduate students, how does this BSc AI degree program foster the critical thinking, real-time problem solving, technical skills being developed in the students?
Okay, so our degree program is designed in a way we teach them some modules, and the modules would have lecture content, they would have labs, and then we would have different kind of assessments to judge the learning outcome related to that module. So when we design the assessment, some of the assessment would be coding based assessment, sometimes of the assessment would be critical thinking or critical reflection on something, and also some of the assessment will require the student to work in a group. So they work in a group, they define a project title, they need to define the aims and objectives of the project, then they need to work on how to work towards achieving those projects aims and objectives, and then doing that they require a lot of critical thinking. What would be their problem statement, what would be their research questions, and based on those research questions what kind of mechanisms based on AI and machine learning they need to implement to achieve those research questions. So all our coursework is not a single domain, they are across different phases. Some of them are requiring them to replicate their understanding in terms of coding, some of them require them their critical reflection, some of them require them to implement a project, then write a report on the project, and then defend that project in front of two people. One could be a person from their domain, the second mark could be a person from another domain. So it also gives them an opportunity to explain their work to the non-technical people, so they know how to explain their work to people who are not from that particular domain.
If we connect this to MSCDS, how does it support the postgraduate students to develop the research-oriented or practical sort of technical skills?
Yes, so the one of the big aims of the masters to make sure that students, when they've finished the program, is that they have the confidence as well as the ability to accurately and correctly analyze some form of data, but also not just to analyze it, to make sure they can present it well. So when they get a career, if their manager asks them to write a report for them, to prepare some data analysis, that they can make sure they do it in a very accurate way, in a succinct way, but most importantly in a way that the manager can understand what the actual results are from that piece of analysis. So we do this through various ways. As I was saying, with the bachelors in AI, we have various different methods of assessment. It's not just exams or homeworks or multiple choice. We ask our students to write reports, sometimes group projects. People don't always like necessarily doing a lot of writing, but again, these are skills that we know are going to make them stand out when they go into the job market. So we do make sure we help develop that for them. They will also at the end have a big dissertation, and the dissertation is their chance to really focus in on an area of data science, or an area where they would like to apply the data science skills that they know is going to really benefit them when they start looking for jobs and when they're thinking about their career after having studied the masters. So it's really aimed to make sure that students get the skill set that they need in the job market. So it's not just for academics to say you've got a master's degree. Actually, we make sure we train them up so they are getting useful skills that they can apply And that will mean that they'll do well in their degrees, they'll do well in their career, and also it means that more people want to come and study.
Let's connect this job market, healthcare. You just discussed about that we use the data set from the healthcare, from banking system, from different. So if you connect that, I would like to know what's the academic structure of the degree programs, particularly as MSADS is concerned.
Yep, certainly. So we have a very would be called a linear approach. So we start off by making sure that students understand the basics of the mathematics and statistics that they'll need to know. We know not everyone's very happy with having to learn some maths and statistics, but we need people to understand that. The way in which we teach that, by the way, is very interactive. So we don't just stand in front of whiteboards and say, here are some mathematic formulas that you need to learn, and here is a weird example. We make sure they work through data sets and through coding so that they can figure out why they're doing this specific statistics test and what the outcome means. We also introduce programming maybe from the beginning for some people. We program mainly in 3 languages, so there's R, Python and SQL. Again, some students might find that they have a background where they've studied this before. But the way in which we maybe are introducing it, so we introduced R through text analytics. Text analytics is a very important aspect of data science these days. Everyone's trying to analyze each other's tweets and Facebook posts. So it's a really good way to introduce some statistics and some R. And then we develop this, so in the second term, we'll start doing more advanced modules. There'll be some advanced statistics, there'll be some more advanced coding and machine learning and AI modules, all of which is kind of preparing people, building on what they've learned previously, which again is very useful because it means the modules you may have seen in your first term, the skills we've taught there, we know are going to come up in the modules in the second term. So perhaps if they're new to you in the first term and you're not quite sure what was going on or how to use them, by the time you go to your second term, your modules are using them again, and it reinforces that learning for you. And then therefore you feel much more comfortable. And a big part of what we want to teach in the degree is making sure that people feel comfortable using these skills, because that can be a problem where we just teach and people just try and get past it. We want people to feel confident to say, no, I know what I'm doing, I know what approach I can use, or if I'm not too sure, I know how to read my notes and to remind myself.
Okay, that's great. If you connect this to BSc students, what is the rough structure of the degree program so that the prospective students have an idea that what would he or she learns in this complete degree program?
In contrast to master degree, our degree program is for 3 years. So in the first year, mostly we have some introduction modules, like in AI, there are some programming languages students should know. On the top of the list is Python. So also they need to know about SQL, because if they're dealing with data, sometimes they need to query some information from the data. So they need to know about SQL, and also they need to know about Java and C++ or C language, which is more object-oriented programming language. And C is also related to embedded systems if they want to work in robotics. So C language could be very useful for them. So in the beginning, we have, in the first term of the first year, we have mostly introduction modules. We also have an introduction module on mathematics, which deal with making the base they need for the next few years in the degree program. And also they learn about this different programming languages, and then in the next year they want to use those programming languages for more advanced tasks like implementation, project implementation, those kind of things. And some of the modules we teach in first year are prerequisite of the module they will learn in year 2. So it's very important for them to know these modules in year 1, then the module run in year 2 will be based on them. And we will also have some co-requisite modules. So co-requisite module means there could be some module they need to run in parallel. So that's why whenever the student need to select the module, they need to look after whether there's any prerequisite and co-requisite for those modules, whether they have taken those modules in the previous year or not. And then also we have some optional modules as well. So the student can pick the module they want to study in more detail based on their personal preferences. So we give them some core modules, some of the modules which can be selected by them optional. Then we also have some, every year we have a group project modules. Like in year 1 we have CE101, then in year 2 we have CE201, then in year 3 we have CE301, which is their final dissertation project. And in the final dissertation project, in the autumn term, they do their background study, they meet with their supervisor, try to understand what they want to do, and try to have a project proposal ready. And in the term 2, or which is the spring term of year 3, they will more focus on implementing their project, writing their report, because in the spring term of year 3, they are given more time to work on their dissertation project.
For final project.
Yes, and also as a rule of thumb in Essex, we expect the student to work 10 hours every week on their final dissertation project, starting from autumn term of year 3. So, they get sufficient time to work on their problem, solve it, document it, give a presentation and demo, because the presentation and demo could be a good thing for them if they go to find a job once they have graduated. And also part of our curriculum, the final year student have an open day where they present their final year project as a poster. And then we invite all the industrial partners who have worked in the past, or our existing alumni who works in industry. They come and see the posters. And in the past, I have supervised a couple of undergraduate students, and they end up getting jobs through this open day event. So we have a quite extensive curriculum for them to follow. Also, we provide them some guidance how they can proceed different careers when they graduate from Essex.
No, that's great. What I learned from the both of you, that the structure overall is very interactive to the students, and it's sort of a step-by-step process, so that a degree won't be a hurdle or won't be difficult for most of the students. So if there is some issues or concern, then there is a proper coursework, mentoring system, and other paths for the students to enhance their skill set. Okay, that's great. Let's move to Dr. Joe. Data science is evolving like it's a trend, as you just mentioned, as the field is developing so rapidly. How do you see that this MS ADS degree program will cope up with the industry requirement?
Well, hopefully very well. Yes, it's data science now is such an important role in any company. Every company is getting reams of data, whether it's sales data, whether it's data on what their customers are thinking about them, whether it's data through analyzing people's tweets, or more kind of hands-on data where it might be literally the stock you're getting in or you're selling. Because of that, any company now needs to have someone who can help analyze whatever data it is that company's looking at. But it's not just companies who are buying and selling things that are needing these skills. It's tech companies. It's government. The government will need it. It's NGOs. It's any industry, any company, anywhere is now harvesting data. They need people to be able to understand it. Now, specifically in this degree, we look at giving as wide a range of skills that a data scientist might need, regardless of what field they go into. So that's why we have some programming, we have some mathematics, we have some project writing skills, we have a lot of soft skills. These are the data presentation, data interpretation, those types of group projects, how to work together with people and how to really make sure that you can use the skills that we teach you in whatever career you have. I think one of the most important things we tell our students is, because data science is now so widespread and is being used in everything from sports to government to linguistics, is that you can use the skills that you get from this master's, and then if you have an interest in cricket, if you have an interest in politics, you can then take what you're interested in, take the skills you've learned from the training we've given you from your education, and then you'll be able to go to a career where not only are you using what you've been taught, but you're using it in an area that you're really passionate about, that you're really interested in, which means hopefully going to work every day will be something you'll enjoy, not just something that you have to do.
Makes sense.
So I think it's big everywhere now.
Actually, Dr. Harris, as AI is advancing rapidly, yet every morning we wake up and we have a new version of ChatGPT or Claude. What's your vision regarding the AI and how this degree program, the BIC in AI, will cope up with the market or industry requirement as long as AI is concerned?
So your first part of the question is regarding ChatGPT. So regarding ChatGPT, we are not against ChatGPT, but as an academic, what we want is our students should be trained in a way so that they are able to demonstrate they have gained all the knowledge required and they can present it in front of other people. So if someone want to use a ChatGPT to solve something, but they are able to demonstrate, they understand every line of code, what every line of code is doing, and they are able to demonstrate it in an efficient manner to someone, then ChatGPT could be a good friend.
Yeah.
But if a student start using ChatGPT to do everything without knowing what kind of the solution the ChatGPT is providing, then that is something we don't want the student to be doing. We want them to be trained using any learning opportunities available to them, but at the end we want them to be one of the leaders in AI, looking at different domains, like some of the guys who are working in robotics, some of the guys who are working in role of AI in autonomous systems, how they can do a remote surgery using AI, these kind of things. We want to train a predefined skill set needed for an AI leader, which can apply those skills in different domains. So if they acquire those skills using any available tool, we are happy for them to use those tools, but we want them to learn the basic and technical content as well, so they are better trained to know how to apply AI in which domain.
Yeah, that's great. That makes sense. Dr. Harris, as we close, what message would you share with the students in Pakistan concerning the AI and University of Essex partnership? Why should they pursue their BSc degree program over here in BIC?
Okay, so myself, I was also an international student 20 years ago when I did my undergraduate and went abroad. So I know about a lot of the difficulties you will face when you move from one culture to another culture. So this partnership is a very good opportunity for the student in Pakistan, because they can get the skills they will get from a foreign degree staying in their home country. So they would have less thing to worry about, and they will learn the advanced curriculum related to AI. And then I think also, as the population of Pakistan is quite huge, and Pakistan is one of the biggest population countries in the world, not one of the biggest, but one of them. So I think the role of AI could be great. We can use AI in a lot of our mechanism. We can automate a lot of our, office work using AI. Then, we can use our resources more effectively. So I think it's a great opportunity for a student staying in Pakistan to gain a foreign degree. And, all the content covered, assessment and everything is moderated by Essex staff. So they are getting the same quality what they will get if they come to Essex.
That's good. Connecting this to MSADS, what would you say to inspire that student join this academic pathway at BIC?
Well, I think, as Dr. Harris said, it's a great opportunity to get kind of a mix between an English degree, a UK degree, as well as staying in Pakistan. But certainly looking around Beacon House since we've been here, I think the goals that you have as an institution is very similar to what we have as on the master's degree. As I say, a big part of it is to make sure that people work together who come from different disciplines to speak to each other. And sitting here in the entrepreneur area you have, where it's very clear that you're making sure your students are preparing themselves for a career after they've done their degree. And that's what our degree really focuses on as well. Yeah. So I think it's the perfect place to do this type of career-focused degree, where you will learn techniques, qualities you'll need, and also those who are interested in staying on to research to learn more about AI methods or develop their own machine learning or develop their own research. It's the perfect place, and I think the perfect degree to do both of those things.
Yeah.
And in that, I just want to add, because we are quite happy with the facilities provided by BIC to their students. So I think we looked at the social thing they can do. They have a gaming room, these kind of thing, because I think it's very important for the student to switch off from the studies, do something and come back to the studies. So I think the facilities provided at BIC are quite good. And, I think the student can benefit from these facilities and gain some learning as well, and also have a good balance between academic and social life on the campus as well.
Yeah, exactly. And that's all for the today's podcast. We will be having more podcasts frequently because you guys will be traveling to Pakistan to BIC more frequently now. Thank you, Dr. Joseph, and thank you, Dr. Harris, for sharing such insight into the academic excellence we are providing over here in BIC with the collaboration of University of Essex. To our listeners in Pakistan, and if you are passionate about technology and innovation, join BIC, and for that you need to log into our website and get more information about that. Thank you. Until next time, keep learning and innovating.